We got a comment here on the community tab from Angry Centaur Gamer. I will read this comment, then we'll discuss. Update on Cyberpunk coverage. While originally I was informed I would be getting this week's early review code that is out, somewhere that changed and I won't be getting early review code if at all. Sometimes that sort of bait and switch thing is used because they are trying to decide if you are a good fit and all that, or made a mistake, or just don't want a ton of heat in email, really tons of reasons. No one is owed a code and my pre-order will get here on day of. Coverage will switch over to other titles I have my eye on and at some point I may swing back around to the game, but that will depend on if reviews that are out cover a ton. If they do, then podcast or other videos and such. Enjoy the game. Corpo is the only way to go. If you do otherwise, you are wrong. See you inside. Okay, a couple things here. He was supposed to. He was informed that he was going to get a early review code. I don't have on me right now when the game's going to come out. Wasn't it a couple days before Christmas, the 22nd? I'm not sure. The man can be expected to have a day one upload reviewing the title. The only person that does that is Dreamcast Guy. No, it's really hilarious. I think Dreamcast Guy could probably do a day one review because, well, you can't trust Dreamcast Guy reviews. I think Angry Centaur Gaming would fucking agree on that. No one's owed a review code. I agree with that. But here's the weird thing about this comment. It's edited. This is a edited comment, so it's not the original one. Maybe he changed things around on here a little bit to reflect what many people were leaving in the comment thread here. Many people were saying that no one is owed a free review code, okay? A lot of people were pointing to this guy as being a bit salty that he did not get the code. And maybe that leads to his decision to really, he didn't say that he wouldn't, he didn't say that he would actually review it. He says he might swing around to get back to it, but there's other things that he wants to talk about. So it's kind of like a muddled answer here. But this is, like many people in this comment thread left, this is potentially the biggest title of the year. For a gaming review channel like that one, you would think he would review it. There might be a bit of salt here that he didn't get a free review code. And, you know, I get it. I understand Angry Centaur Gamer. They made a promise to you that they would give that to you. I understand, right? In the same way that, you know, maybe a parent makes a promise to a kid on his birthday, you're going to get that shiny new bike. And then what happens? You know, they get some socks and some pants and some stuff for school. You would be pissed, right? I'm not equating you to like a little kid getting, you know, freebies from a parent. I'm not doing that at all. Because, you know, you're buying the game, right? You are buying the game. You pre-ordered the game. So it's not like, you know, getting this freebie is going to influence you at all. The only thing is, are you going to be tweeting pictures of you holding that game? Like, are you going to be tweeting like yourself holding that game on day one? Because I'm just saying, like, I'm not familiar with you. You could actually make a claim that, you know, you pre-order all these games. So you're not influenced. You can make a claim that you pre-order all these games, right? You can make that claim. But let's say you do. All right, let's say you actually stick to your word and you pre-order all these games. Well, still, I would say it's worth something monetarily to be able to get these games, you know, early, right? Early access. You with me here? Even if you buy the game, then you're getting the game early, you know, weeks before it actually is supposed to be releasing. So that is a perk, right? So things are not balanced is what I'm saying. Things are not balanced between you and your own audience. Your audience, they're not going to be able to get this early. I would wager a guess many people would actually pay more money to get this game early. I'm not sure of the amount, right? A lot of people really want this game. It's a highly sought after game. To get it early, to play it early. That is a perk. Game reviewers like yourself get these perks. And my argument has been, you know what? if you get these freebies, if you get the free codes, if you get the perks of playing the game for free, then that is compromise. A person like myself, now I'm not saying that I would be able to upload, I definitely probably wouldn't be able to upload a slick professional review video like yourself. Okay, nothing wrong with your, videos, your reviews and everything, as far as like they're constructed. They're not that bad. But the thing is, if you want someone's truthful, honest opinion, uncompromised, then you're going to have to wait until you get the reviews from, I would say, non-review channels. Let me explain. I think there's a lot of people on YouTube right now. There's a lot of people that come to my comment section. Hell, Lawrence Dagstein, Rusty Shackelford, I think they left entire freaking reviews of games in comments. I mean, I'm reading that, I'm like, these guys really get into detail. But the thing is, those people do not get early review codes. So if it's a person like Lawrence Dagstein reviewing a game, that's going to mean a lot more to me than a review on Angry Centaur Gaming. You get me? You feel me? And I know there's a lot of people probably is going to come here, from your channel. I hope they understand where I'm coming from and everything. I think if you actually want to be a serious review type channel, you have to draw a line in the sand. You have to draw a line in the sand and say, you know what? I am not going to be accepting any freebies. Not going to do that. I'm going to be just like the bulk of my audience. I'm going to go out and buy the game. I'm going to go out and buy the game the day it releases. And then a couple weeks later, I'll have my review on it. Okay, I think that's how people should do. I understand on YouTube, a lot of people are scrounging to get the earliest reviews, and I know that people want those views on the early reviews of the game. I get it. I understand that. But you have to make that sacrifice if you consider yourself a serious review channel. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Now, as far as this comment goes, I think, honestly, even if you don't really admit it, I think there's a little bit of saltiness over not getting that early review code. I think it is. And I think you maybe, I can get maybe wanting to cover other games, but what else is coming out like right now bigger than Cyberpunk 2077? So I see what a lot of your audience actually is calling you out for. And I think that's a bit of the case here. Now, my final thing I'll say is the influence doesn't stop at what I mentioned, getting the free codes. Because let's say you have a situation to where you are promised to get an early review code and you don't, right? You might pout. You might throw a tantrum. I'm not saying you're throwing a tantrum. Kind of like that kid that doesn't get that shiny red bike. You might pout, and maybe if you don't get the code, and let's say you pre-ordered the game. Let's say, you're being honest here, you pre-ordered it. Let's say you remember, you think back to, being besmirched, or whatever the word would be. Being insulted, not getting your review code like other gaming review channels. Now, I say here towards the end, at some point you may swing back around to the game, but that will depend on if reviews that are out cover a ton. If they do, then podcasts or other videos and such. So this is a pretty big channel, and this channel, as far as I know, reviews all the big titles. Let's imagine this. Let's say you're a big channel, okay, like this. And let's say there's a ton of people that want you to just do one of your game reviews, right? They just want you to upload some gameplay footage and talk about it for a little bit. That's basically what a game review is, okay? I mean, there's different quality game review videos on YouTube, but essentially that's really all it is. Essentially, that's all it is. Let's not pretend that one of these review videos on this channel takes days and days and days to complete. Not the review process, because they factor into gameplay and all that and whatnot. And I've seen some of these reviews on this channel. Nothing wrong with them, but let's just put that aside that, the idea that these 7, 8, 9, 10-minute uploads, these game reviews, take a ton of time. They do not. They simply don't. I could play the game, and I could upload some gameplay footage, splice it in together, and I could talk about it. It wouldn't take a lot of time to do. Okay? There's a lot of these videos on the internet. Why do I say that? Why do I say this, that it doesn't take a lot of time and effort to do? Well, if you're a huge channel and you have the luxury of all these people banging down your door asking you, hey man, just talk about this game for a little bit, right? Arguably the biggest release of the year, just talk about this for a little bit. If you have all these people in the comment section calling you out because they expected a game review and now you're potentially not even really going to do one after promising your audience, well, it's kind of no different than the makers of this game promising you a code but then pulling back. I would say, don't take it on your own audience who are expecting a review of this game to not do that. Especially, let's put this out here, especially the fact that, you have Patreon. So your audience is literally fucking paying you money. They're paying you money to review games. You ever think about that, motherfucker? Okay, you have 1,500 patrons? So at least probably you're making $3,000 a month. You're e-bagging $3,000 a month from your own audience. So, one person could look at this as you being fucking salty over not getting an early review code. You're taking out your own audience by not reviewing the game. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that on a YouTube channel you should feel you have to upload certain things. Wait. Unless you're getting paid by your fucking audience to talk about games. You goddamn twat. You're getting paid to talk about a game by your own fucking YouTube audience. So maybe, I don't know, just go ahead and summon the energy to talk about this game and do one of your reviews. Yeah, when you look at it like that, I'm like, this guy's a motherfucking cunt. When you look at how much he's getting on Patreon just to talk about goddamn video games. Jesus Christ, man, how salty can you be?